President Trump, on January 3rd, 2026, the United States launched a major military operation in Venezuela. And I'll throw this in there, 0 casualties, at least on the United States military side.
Hi guys. This is pretty much Jonathon Daily.
So I'm going to give a shout out to a listener here. We'll throw it up on the screen here, or probably not a subscriber, but a commenter who said I should start my stories off with once upon a time. So this is for you. Once upon a time, the Trump administration absolutely eradicated the Venezuelan dictator, President Maduro, who is now in capture and probably at a CIA black site or something like that. Hats off to President Trump here because, Maduro, absolute dictator. We can get into the legality of whether he needed congressional approval or all that. And there probably is some argument to say he didn't have that. But I believe they're going to go with the drug enforcement argument, in that they were literally have factories producing cocaine that gets shipped over to the United States as their legal argument there. But you gotta love this. If you're pro-America, pro-free market, anti-socialism, anti-dictatorship, then this is great. You can't say enough good things about it. If you don't like it, well, here's some little facts about what happened here. President Trump, on January 3rd, 2026, the United States launched a major military operation in Venezuela. And I'll throw this in there, 0 casualties, at least on the United States military side, which included airstrikes and bombings on multiple targets in and around Caracas and other strategic sites, effectively a U.S. attack on Venezuelan territory. President Donald Trump announced that the U.S. forces had captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife and flown them out of the country. So in the dead of night, while we're all sleeping, essentially wiping out regimes and putting in regime change. So, and yes, are there other reasons for them doing this aside from just freeing Venezuela? Absolutely. But there's always more than one reason. Whether we can get into whether or not it's right or wrong, whether or not you're anti-imperialism, pro-imperialism. I'm just pro-America and pro-freedom and pro-free markets. So I like it. Whether or not I would like it if the roles were reversed and it was a capitalist free market person running Venezuela and President Biden had bombed it, of course I'd have a problem with it. But hey, I'm just being honest. It's more to say than most of you out there. Can't be honest in this. So good job, Trump. That rocks. If you don't like it, well, you can suck it, because Maduro, go look up what's happened in Venezuela over the last 5 years. I don't know how long he's been in power, but people were literally having to kill their neighbors' dogs and eat them to survive because socialism doesn't work. They completely control. They've got one of the biggest oil reserves in the entire world, and yes, they're not even able to capitalize on that at all because they're running an absolute terrible country there. 99.9% of all resources are owned by the 1% of the governing class, the elites, and everyone who's in the middle class there is no middle class. That's the biggest sign when you know the country's failing, and when there's no middle class, because all the power's with the government, and there's essentially no resources left for the people. So people are just killing their dogs and eating them. 10 plus million Venezuelans have fled Venezuela in the last couple of years because of this dictatorship. He's killed political opponents. Literally, the person who is replacing him, which I don't have their name at the moment, is literally been on the run for years because he's been trying to kill her because she's pro-free market and anti-socialism. So great job. Love it. Keep up the good work. USA! USA! Oh, it's going to trigger so many people out there. Oh, they just love dictatorship. And it's crazy to see all the leftists and the CNNs and MSNBCs coming out, and only Donald J. Trump could get these people to endorse a full-blown dictator like Maduro. But they're literally defending him now. And just go look. You look at, there's crazy, ignorant Americans in the streets of New York protesting this, while there's actual Venezuelans in Venezuela and in Florida and other places in the United States who are praising Donald Trump and thanking him and thanking God for this event. So you don't like it. Sometimes when it comes to, oh, was it legal? Was it it was absolutely the moral correct thing to do. If you don't like it, unsubscribe, comment, whatever you want to do, rage bait, say what you want, come at me. I love it. I love it.
For the latest in case updates, legal tips, news, and politics, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and our other socials, and above all, subscribe on YouTube to get your dose of excellence on a daily basis.